White guilt money. This is what we were told. White guilt money. To Patrisse Cullors, she is calling all the donations that she received as white guilt money. And when it came in, suddenly these supposable intelligent people didn't know what to do or did not have people around them to at least offer advice on what to do with this money, how to store this money, how to properly make accountings for this white guilt money. This is the focus of my conversation here because this is so egregious and so ungrateful. Not all that money, $60 million, was white guilt money. A lot of that came from a lot of different ethnic groups who was finally faced with the plight of African Americans here in the United States and wanted to see changes. And they thought that with this particular group, Black Lives Matter, those changes could possibly happen. Even some of the African American groups were thinking that, okay, this could possibly happen. We can come up with some serious change here. The only thing that changed was everybody's bank account that was involved with Black Lives Matter. This is just morally disgusting. I don't care what side of the fence you're on politically. I mean, lack of morals, lack of character is just disgusting all the way around. We don't have to agree on the particulars of things, but this here is just absolutely unfathomable. She made sure her family was correct. She made sure everybody on her side of the fence had what they needed before doing anything else. I am speaking of the real estate portfolio, the $6 million home that is in Studio City here, California. That's supposed to be some artist uh, studio to help further creation, of which they have nothing to show for it except for the house and the parties that they threw there. She only mentioned two parties, but if you actually read several statements she said previously about 3 months ago, they were having more parties at that house, and I'm pretty sure at that particular location than what she's leading on to now. She made sure her brother was well paid off for doing security, and from what I remember reading, he's not even really adverse in doing security, but he got paid for it in the millions. And the father of her child, he got supplemented money to start a clothing line with white guilt money, which is actually money from America and probably money from internationally also, I'm pretty sure, helped donate it. And this is just to me as a travesty. Then you go on to tell people that the things that you're doing is now being weaponized against you. No, it's not being weaponized against you. Is that because you all didn't know what the heck y'all were doing from Jump Street, you weren't able to cover your tracks as good as you could. I mean, everything you're doing right now is mafia style, but you're not the mafia, and y'all weren't smart enough to try to find people to help you even make this legitimate. So people can say, okay, look, they're doing this, but it's legitimate. Y'all are just completely shady all the way around. And I'm gonna say it again, which I've said previously. I knew something was suspicious when I saw it. Who was running the show here? And I just said, there's an old wise tale we say in the black community about black-owned businesses. They are normally not run pretty well, and this is what's happening. So nobody is weaponizing anything with you. You just didn't know how to run your ship correctly. You didn't seek out help to run your ship correctly. Now you want everybody to believe that you are now on a bullseye for everybody, and they're weaponizing things against you. This is absolutely ridiculous. And if people don't stop just really just stop giving these folks money. They haven't helped the black community. They haven't helped any community. Please show me where they have helped something. Even the Trayvon Martin Foundation only got $200,000, whereas the people I just named all got helped within the sum total of 3.2 million, which was on their tax records. This just really upsets me because now legitimate outfits that are trying to do something for the black community, people are not going to want to help. How could you when you have this as an example? And even now, it's still crocodile tears. You have Candace Owens trying to find out what happened with the money, and you have Patrisse Cullors on Instagram crying about it. You know, she has a child like the rest of us don't have child. I'm sure George Floyd's mother had a child that was killed and that you're making a profit on. Mike Brown was a child that was killed that you are making profit on. So this just really reeks to high heaven with me, and I hope people start really sit down and decide, do you really want to support an organization that hasn't lived up to anything? They haven't done anything. They haven't done any successes. Everything that's come around with them has either fallen down, broken apart, or it never got started. Let me know what you think.